Ninjago Mask is a pairing that goes back all the way to its second year with the Rise of the Snakes, starting with the very iconic Fangfire Mech? Yeah, actually. Yeah, that one. Yep, I honestly thought the Samurai X-Men was the first one too. Anyhow, through Ninjago's over 10-year career, obviously, the set design evolved, and with that, the mech design. And something that's pretty noticeable is the mechs became more stylized. What do I mean with that? Well, let's look at some older mechs. And now let's look at some newer mechs. See the difference? The newer ones have far more shape to them, they're far more shapy. I know how to else describe it. They have far more distinct proportions instead of just all being mildly chunky mechs. Or like maybe mildly frail mechs. This is especially noticeable if we look at the mech and then its legacy version. Okay, maybe not that one. Yeah, these are good. Obviously there's some stylistic choices done with the older ones, but the newer ones have it far stronger. A big part of that is honestly mechs being upgraded in what price range they often land at, giving designers more freedom to actually do what they want with their designs instead of just having to get the bare minimum to actually function. That's why if you look at some newer, smaller mechs, they don't have the stylization as much, but the new combiner mechs honestly have it to some degree, which is proven in the small mech department as well. Surely like the 10 euro or equivalent size mechs aren't as good, but honestly with that budget, the best like design distinction we can do, especially with having to work in that frame, is just some small details. So, example of that aforementioned stylization that's the most recent I can get is the May 2024 Kai's climbing mech. Honestly, it isn't even the best example that's coming this year. That core mech is really good looking, but I kinda planned the topic before that was leaked, and I already have this set, so yeah, I gotta come up with a different topic for that one, huh? Anyhow, on to the review. Starting with the mech palette, we have Kai. This is the so-called climber suit, and as we can see, it has out of like climbing equipment actually on it, which makes sense because otherwise it would be called a climber suit. We just clickbait, name bait, like buy bait, since like it's to buy. You get my point. Anyway, I really like how like kinda rough it is in the sense of like the new like shoulder slash mask armor, having like those like more padded armor instead of the smooth ones that Dragon's Rising initial suits had, as well as like the dark red arms, the lots of strings and stuff on it, which really just makes sense for like a climbing suit to be like more utilitarian, I guess, instead of, well, pretty. Okay, not pretty, but like smooth. That's the word? Smooth, yeah. He comes with this hook weapon that you can use for climbing. I guess you can just like hang him on stuff. And a katana. Actually, technically two because of extra pieces, so I put them both here. Removing the mask, you can see that he has the standard two dual face that the Dragon's Rising Kai has. And we can see more of the detail on the outfit, like the beginnings of the straps on his armor, as well as like more of, like I guess, the goldish kid orange undersuit he has. As well, you can also see the back, which just has more of equipment, like mostly just like beginning of the straps, the strings, and as well as a bit of like armor. I guess it's supposed to replicate roughly the armor piece here, just without it. So yeah. Continuing with the climber suits, we have Jay. Honestly, it's pretty similar to Kai's. Oddly enough, it's kind of mirrored, which is kind of funny, honestly. But otherwise the same. Same weapons and same stuff. I like the dark and light blue combo here a bit more than Kai's dark and brighted. I guess the colors just are slightly closer together on this color spectrum, so they're much better. Removing the armor mats, we can see the same stuff that Kai has, just a bit of the under armor, straps, the depiction of the armor and strings and stuff on the back, like the same usual Dragon's Rising J face. So yeah, I honestly really like those climbing suits. They have a really like nice look. I think I still prefer like the mech pilot suits, but honestly, so far this year is really good with ninja suits. Although honestly, the thermal suits are just okay. I think I just didn't like the original thermal suits either, so I guess maybe that's why. Yeah. Next on, we have Wildfire. Her suit is very like more down to earth rough, which makes sense for her. And honestly, look down knowing how the torment suits look like, this honestly feels almost like a prelude for those, with them being sleeveless and just more basic robes. So yeah, I like the detail of like the small like symbol thingies almost on the robes, as well as like the knee bandage thingies. But I appreciated also her armor being more like grounded, okay, not grounded, less sophisticated, like it looks like it's wooden or something similar, instead of just like more like high tier equipment that the most of the ninja have, which makes sense for her. Her accessories are just some of those like fire energy pieces, and looking at her back we can see a really goofy faced design, as well as some Ninjagos, which I'll probably translate if I can be bothered. Her face has one angry expression, and that's it. I honestly I didn't remember if she had an old face or not, so I just had. So that was my first reaction, seeing that she doesn't. Also, her hair is honestly pretty neat. I like it. The last minifigure, which also has the side bit of the set with those wings, is Jordana. It's the same old, like a general look for Jordana and Cinder. I like it. I really like the Blood Moon sword. I don't know what his name is officially since I haven't covered the show in ages, but yeah, I honestly really like how it's molded and how the energy effects make it look like it's mid-swing no matter how you pose it, which is honestly neat. And the wing pack is alright. Like, it's a pretty decent wing pack. I like the extra swords and stuff. And it's far better than the one in the Sora mech. Yeah, I'm still gonna bully that one. Fuck you. And looking at the back, we can see the construction is pretty simple. Just that neck piece with two connections, attaching onto this piece with two clip and attachments on the side. And then just some basic wing build. Here's her back armor and old face, in case you haven't seen. Just some pretty standard like armor plating stuff that Ninjago often has. So yeah. Here's the mech itself. Obviously one of the first things you'll notice looking at it is the extra hands it has, which are I guess the climbing hands. These are actually different in the terms of wrist design, with this one just having the hook and nothing else, and this one having some of like those, I guess, harpoons, arrows and stuff, and with the hook being designed in such a way that you can detach it and obviously have it hang on a string, since both the hooks can alone support the weight of the mech hanging it up. Look at the mech from the side to see its shape better. We can see that the legs are pre-bent and actually don't have a knee joint, which is kind of annoying. And the torso as well is bent at an angle and then bent back forward with the chest sticking out. And all of that gives this set a really nice like shape, and goes back to the point I was making with the mechs nowadays being more stylized. And I honestly really like it. Idea I really like is honestly the pistons here being used for the weight support. Obviously first it's good for stability, but also it really lacks like this mechanical, more like heavy duty, or I guess more duty oriented look to the mech, which honestly I really like and is kind of visible in other aspects of the mech, like the knees here also being like very mechanical looking, some less like armored bits, and as well as the stomach also having like mechanical looking bits instead of just like armored. To put my points compared to Kai's other mech this year, and we can see how much more armored it is compared to like the almost essentials own look Kai's climber mech has, which gives the mech, just like the climber suits, a very utilitarian look, which honestly fits. Since yeah, it's a climbing mech, obviously you would have to kinda limit some kind of like weight of the armor to some degree, because otherwise it will probably make the climbing harder for it, since it has to move more weight upwards, which is obviously logically difficult. That utilitarian look is great and all, but honestly doesn't excuse the articulation. Like I said, the knees don't bend, the elbows don't bend either, and the back arms have this thing here, and then just ball jointed wrists and fingers obviously. So yeah, that honestly kinda sucks a bit. Anyway, the other application is the feet having all sorts of movements, especially because of the piston giving it stable standing in different stances. The hips being a pretty standard ratchet configuration for bigger mechs. The shoulders using the same kind of ratchets. The wrist on all arms being ball jointed. Finger articulation on all arms. And the head also having lots of articulation, which I honestly really like. Because if it's a climbing mech, you might have to want to pose it like climbing up. And therefore, lots of upwards movement in the head helps a lot. Sadly, that head movement can be used for like dramatic like action poses as much, because yeah, like I said, the articulation in the limb department is kinda lacking, but it's alright. Like, we have small mechs that don't have those either, and the possibility is doable. Obviously this is a bigger mech and it should have those, but like, I don't, how do I say this? Like, it doesn't ruin the set for me. This set doesn't have any actual play features, so the posability, and I guess the fact that you can just have it hanging on literally one hook, and that hook being on a string. I would show how it works, but honestly I don't have any good place where I can actually hang it and have the string like, swoop down. So yeah, if I find anything I would just like add in a picture here, and if not, this is gonna be really awkward, and obviously I will edit it out, or I won't because it's comedic. Anyway, this Mech is honestly pretty good, but its actual price is honestly a bit too high for it. Actually, don't remember the actual price because I got on a discount, and honestly, I straight up saw it more on discount than not on discount, which honestly proves my point of it being a bit overpriced. But if you find a discount on the equivalent of like 50 euros, I guess, something around that, it's a pretty good Mech for that price. It isn't a great Mech for the price it was given, but sometimes you kind of see a price and like, yeah, it's gonna be discounted. It's good. It's gonna be a good price for that discount. So yeah, cough cough. The new Ninja Team vehicle. Cough cough. Anything second to say? I forgot to do an outro. And bye, guys.